everybody. Welcome to Modern Era Fitness Podcast. This is Caleb. I am a martial arts instructor.
And I'm Mike, a personal trainer. And you're listening to Modern Era Fitness Podcast, where we talk about health and safety in today's age.
He's got it.
I've been practicing.
Yeah. Mike, how are you?
I'm good. I just had a big day of training and boot camp, and it was really fun.
Yeah. I was there. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. Boot camp was fun. We did something a little different, and it was really fun.
Yeah. If you want to know what he did that was different, you'll just have to come to boot camp.
Yep.
Because he's not going to talk about it here, apparently.
Nope. Gotta come figure it out. So basically we did what I call the smoker, and it's a version of what we had to do a lot of in boot camp. Only I was
in Marine boot camp?
In the USMC boot camp. Mm-hmm. Only I added 10-second breaks in between exercises where you don't get any breaks in boot camp. So
nice.
That'll be down the road.
Yeah.
A lot of push-ups and squat jumps and burpees and, nothing new under the sun, but all extremely effective workouts.
Yeah.
Exercises. Yeah. How about you? How you doing?
Good. It's snack time. I just had my protein shake, and I'm still a little
low on something.
I'm waiting for it to kick in, kind of a thing. So, but other than that, I'm doing great. You guys won't get this around Halloween, but it's Halloween weekend, and last night for classes, like I said, we were gonna do costumes. All but 2 people wore costumes.
Really?
And it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'll post a picture. But of course, the teenage boy that was too cool to dress up, he didn't wear a costume.
Really? So he was the odd one out because he was too cool.
Because he was too cool. So it's funny how that works. And then one of my Tai Chi students didn't dress up, but it's all good. It's all good. I forgive them.
Good.
Anyway, it was fun. It was good. Although, so my you'll see in the picture, my costume was a ninja uniform, a ninja outfit.
No way.
Yeah, and somebody pointed out to me last night that it's very similar to the ISIS uniform.
Really?
Yeah. and they're absolutely right. I didn't think of that when I put it on. So I have to be really careful making sure that I only wear it to think. I may have to wear a name tag that says I'm a ninja, not a terrorist.
Or make it really obvious. Make sure you're doing like a lot of,
like
kung fu
moves.
stuff. Yeah.
I flip everywhere.
Yeah.
I roll everywhere.
Smoke bombs.
Yeah. So I may have to. I don't know. That may be the only time I will ever wear that now. Thanks a lot, ISIS.
Ugh. That's the worst.
Ruining yet another thing. But, so what about you on Halloween? Are you guys, you mentioned your costume. I don't know if you said it on the podcast. Are you going to do it?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's,
Do you not believe in Halloween?
I believe in tradition, and I believe in having a good time. And, Mikhail and I really wanted to do something, but since I'm working so much, we would just rather let's just hang out. We don't really want to go to a function.
That's usually what Kelly and I do. Yeah. We have fantastic intentions, but when it comes down to it, we just want to cozy up and chill
with the time that you have.
Yeah. So I feel you, bro.
Yeah. So we're not doing anything.
You got to dress Donnie up, though, still.
Oh, we will.
That's going to be so cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
So cute.
Yeah. So today is the first in a 3-part series that we're doing. And it's called
Tough Love
with Mike and Caleb.
So we're doing, it's a 3-part series that we're doing, like Caleb just said. So today, for this podcast, we're talking about fitness and exercise and nutrition and everything on kind of my side of the house. And
tough love that your personal trainer wants to get across to you.
And then next week will be Caleb's turn, and he'll talk about... What are you going to talk about next week?
Tough love for martial arts training, naturally.
Boom, there you go. And then week 3, or Tough Love, episode 3, we're going to talk about just general life and tough love. And it's going to hit home, I think.
Yeah, we're going to...
For at least one of you, or me.
This is really for ourselves.
Yeah.
This self-serving podcast.
But yeah, this is definitely to actually scratch our own itch and get some things out there that we've been wanting to get to our students and clients.
Yeah, and if you are a student of another school or a client of another personal trainer, this would be good for you guys to have. So your personal trainer and or instructor might not say these things outright, but we feel like they're things that you should know. And,
universal truths.
Yeah. So even if somebody doesn't put it out there outright, it's still maybe expected or implied or hoped for, even if they're not articulating it. So
yeah.
So we're gonna keep it short and sweet, tight and simple. Well, I say that now, but who knows? I talk a lot.
Yeah. And I think we'll be rambling on.
Yeah.
Rambling, rodding on.
Sounded almost Pashto. It was like Indian.
You're welcome.
Say it again.
Rambling, rodding on.
Rodding on.
Rodding on. Sounds like a boss. All right, here we go.
Rajana Gandhi.
So I just have 6 points that I want to talk about, and they're 6.
Oh boy,
they're all straightforward.
I'm not going to have that many.
They're all simple, and they're all things that are true, no matter what your training is or where you're at in your fitness. So here we go.
Buckle in.
Here's some things that I want to get across to some clients and to some people that have been asking me questions or just want to know more about, like, hey, how do I what's the best exercise for losing weight and this and that and this and that, and I just want to back it way up and give you these 6 points. So point number 1, I'm going to repeat this, I think, for the rest of my life. Keep it simple. Focus on major muscle groups and aerobic exercise. Get 30 minutes a day, and that's easy. There's no excuse to not do that. We all take breaks. We all have a little bit of a lunch. You know, nobody that I know works straight 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if your health is a priority, then get moving for 30 minutes a day, even if it's just walking. And yes, it is that simple if you're not doing that.
Well, that's good. I feel like people automatically feel defensive about their time. Like, well, you just don't know my schedule. You know, you don't know the responsibilities I have, and
yeah,
that's true. But that's why this is called tough love. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you have if you want to live a happy and healthy life, you need to make yourself a priority.
Mm-hmm.
And something as simple as taking a walk could make all the difference.
Yeah, it does a lot. And the trend with so many workouts these days is they're getting shorter and shorter. I think the latest trend is
the 7-minute one,
and now there's a 4-minute one. Yeah, 4-minute workout. You can look in shape and be in shape and feel good and da. Let me know how that goes, folks.
Yeah.
But seriously,
it's
walk for 30 minutes a day.
4 minutes is better than no minutes. But
even if it's high intensity,
yeah,
I would rather anybody I know, or myself for that matter, to walk for 30 minutes than do burpees straight for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to rewind it just a little bit and talk about major muscle groups. So we talked about the cardio side of things, about keeping it simple, walking for 30 minutes a day. And I'm going to talk about the major muscle groups. So there's another big trend about doing complicated movements or like kind of funny looking lunges, or like single leg.
They're only funny
pistol
looking
squats,
when I do them.
and which are all really good, and those are all great things. But what I want to focus on is the entire region of the quad, the hamstring, and the glute. If I'm going to be working out, I want to focus on as many things as I can in the smallest amount of time possible.
Are you saying that's good or that's bad?
That's good. So What exercise utilizes the glutes, the hamstrings, the quadriceps, the calves, your torso, your core, and even as much as your back?
Are you quizzing me?
I'm quizzing you. What do you think?
If I had to guess what you're going to say, I don't know the right answer, but if I had to guess what you're going to say deadlifts.
Bing, ding, ding.
Bing,
Deadlifts.
ding, ding.
So,
Bing,
ding,
ding,
ding. Yeah, it's new. Bing, ding, ding. So, deadlifts or squats.
That's going to be my new... I'm going to take a sample of that sound and make it my ringtone.
Okay.
Bing, ding, ding.
Bing, ding, ding. So, deadlifts or squats, and there's not much you can... Let me rephrase that. Deadlifts or squats. That's the best way to focus on the prime movers. And if you want to get adventurous, you can do thrusters or something like that. If you want to specialize a little bit, you can do other complex exercises like, the bench press or pull-ups. They're not going to be as effective as squats, but they're going to work something a little bit different. But if you want to go for body transformation, total calories burned, and make as much progress as you can with the minimal amount of time with one exercise, squats or deadlifts. So that's keeping it simple, and that's going to work a lot of major muscle groups versus doing bicep curls or hamstring curls.
It's interesting to hear you say that because when I think simple, keeping it simple, it means working on a simple movement, like an isolated muscle group.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
But if we want to get the same effect as doing
It's
squats, we would have to do
the 80-20.
Yeah.
Really, keeping it simple means doing the most effective exercise.
Most effective, least amount of time.
Yeah. I get it.
Ding, ding.
Bing, ding,
Bing,
ding.
ding, ding. All right, so that's keeping it simple. Focus on major muscle groups with these complex compound exercises like the squat and the deadlift, or for me, you like to do bench and pull-ups. But really, that should be 80% of all your exercises. Squat, deadlift, some sort of push like a bench press, and some sort of pull like a row or pull-ups. So, point number 2, give it time. How long have you been eating like crap and not exercising?
He was looking right at me when he was very accusatory.
Yeah, sorry. So if you're let's say you're 30 years old and you're just now kind of going down the rabbit hole of like, you know what, I want to make some changes, and you want to make those changes happen now, that's great and all. But if you've been going down this road for 30 years, you can't just make a hard left and change everything.
Right.
I mean, you can, but it's not going to happen in a week or 12 weeks for that matter. It's going to take time, and realizing that it's going to take time is going to be one of the best things that you can do for yourself, and to just make this a new way of living.
Yeah.
So this kind of goes into having a goal versus having a system. It's great to have a goal, like the goal, let's say, like losing 30 pounds, but having a system to get there, like that's something you can focus on and focus on tweaking that system. But if you focus on that goal and just that goal, life is going to suck until you get to that goal.
Right.
So instead, focus on the system and enjoy the process. And then the goal will just show up one day. Get it?
Got it.
Okay.
Bing, ding, ding.
Don't get frustrated with the results you're not getting from the work you haven't done. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Have I beat that dead horse?
Say that again, because I like that, I think.
Don't get frustrated with the results you're not getting from the work you haven't done.
Yeah. I get it.
Okay. Because it's all on you.
Yep.
You're not where you are because of somebody else. You're where you are because of what you've done.
I think about the people that make excuses all the time to not work hard.
Yeah.
You know, in order to get out of feeling uncomfortable and working hard. And then they complain or they, when they're talking with their buddies, they'll say, I just can't seem to lose these extra pounds. And it's like, well,
yeah,
you're not doing the work.
Yeah.
So you can't get upset from that.
And you can't shy away from the work either.
Yeah.
So what I tell almost all of my clients is, hey, track your food in MyFitnessPal. And they're like, well, that's not actually doing anything. It's like, yeah, it's not. But that's the base habit of the system that's going to change a lot of other things.
Yeah. And here's a callback. If you haven't listened to our episode on information and data tracking, I can't remember what number it is, but we talk specifically about that kind of stuff. Check it out, and yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, that would have to be the one thing. If anybody was like, "What's the one thing I should do that's going to change my world?" I would say track your food on MyFitnessPal every day, all the time.
Why?
And the more you use it, the easier it is, and you can save meals and everything.
Yeah. Hey, MyFitnessPal, why aren't you sponsoring this podcast yet? We've talked about you a lot.
We have. It's a
we pitch your app to everyone that comes through the door practically.
Yeah, I make my clients download it.
Yeah. Hey, MyFitnessPal.
Thank you.
No,
No.
not thank you. Not yet.
Give us money.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, it's free, and don't even bother with the paid version because you don't need it.
Oh, okay. That might have cut.
Yeah. Whoops. I mean,
They're not. Yeah. If they were going to give us money, they won't now
yeah.
because they're not making it because of you.
Well, sorry. I gotta speak my mind.
Yeah.
I sound like a jerk 3-year-old.
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, I'm just honest. I just tell it like it is. No, you're being a jerk.
You just can't handle it.
Yeah. Don't be so sensitive. Sorry. Okay. Next point.
Okay. So
Tough love.
that was giving it time. Give it time. Download MyFitnessPal. Number 3. When lifting, fail early and fail often. So this means let's say you have your exercise for the day, or your training for the day is 4 sets of 20 on squats. And so on your first set, you just do the bar because you got 3 more sets. On the second set, you add a couple pounds because you still got 2 more sets of 20. That's a lot. And so you're kind of saving yourself for big finish. Well, that's not what you want to do. You want to do
That's
your warm up.
what I do. That's exactly what I do.
Caleb,
I mean, I'll try to plan, 3 heavy sets,
there you go.
But that's kind of how I think about it. I'm like, well, I don't want to burn out too early.
Really?
I got to save it for the full weight,
Oh. Bummer.
No, I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I'm learning something from you right now. So,
Oh, good.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Just because you and I do the podcast together doesn't mean that it shouldn't be expected that I know and practice everything that you know and stuff. So
we constantly learn from each other during the podcast.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fun. Like the morning boot camps. Oh, yeah, that's happening.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, get into it. Do your warm-up and be deliberate about your warm-up, and then deliberate about your light, let's say your light warm-up set for whatever exercise you're doing.
Well, that reminds me. I'm starting this Monday from, I think, 7 a.m. to about 4 p.m. I'm going to start running a daycare here. I told you that before, right? Didn't I?
That's genius!
Baby geniuses.
Oh, man. So Donnie's free then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because that's our agreement.
Yeah.
I can share with you, you can share with me for free, so Donnie, right?
Yep.
All right.
All right.
I'll do his body fat before he starts.
Yeah, he'll be breaking boards in no time.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I interrupted your point. I just thought you should know I was going to do that.
Thanks. I'm really excited about that now.
Time?
Yes.
Time?
No. When lifting, failing early.
Oh, yeah, and failing often.
And failing often. So, push your limits. That's what it kind of boils down to. If you're not pushing your limits or pushing yourself, then you're not being effective with your time.
Push me to my limits. Yeah.
And so pushing to those limits and actually getting to a true failure point with lifting safely with good form and a spotter is extremely efficient.
You just...
What?
I experienced exactly the opposite of what you just said. I was doing bench press. It was a Monday before class. And I had done this weight before and this amount of reps before. But it was maybe my 3rd or 4th set.
But this day was different.
This day, the gods were not smiling on me this day. And old Lefty decided to not work anymore, to not put in the effort.
Did you have the clips on?
Yeah. So
you were really stuck.
So when ended up doing is because right was working just fine, so I got it up into the hook, and then just let the left kind of like stroke out to my to the floor. So I thank God I was able to get that right one in, because if I didn't get that in, I would have been stuck under that bar until
the kids show up. Timmy, come here.
Hey, oh, and Jessica,
Timmy, help. Take this bar. It's 160 pounds.
I just lost all respect for him.
Take this bar. It's 60 pounds.
No problem, Sifu. But it was funny and scary at the same time, because it was like like you've mentioned it before. You kind of see it happening.
Yeah, before it happens, you're like, uh-oh.
Okay, how am I going to get out of this?
Yeah. You got to kind of think, well, not on your feet, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. You got to get real creative real fast.
I am laying on my back. I'm completely alone. There's a really heavy bar on my chest.
And I obviously can't lift it.
Yeah, I've tried. I've been trying. I've been there one time.
You mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. But
it turned out well.
Yeah. Thankfully for both of us.
Yeah.
Because that could have been bad. But anyway, so the point is, practice failure, fail often. But make sure you have somebody there.
Push yourself to your limits safely.
Safely, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
At least with your resistance training.
Yeah. Any more you want to say on that point?
No.
Okay, how many more points do you have?
I have 2 more.
Okay, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
So what's important to you? Family, health, personal safety? If you care about any of those things, check out hoodsmaa.com and find out what we offer. At Hoods MAA, we want you to be healthy and be safe.
Hey everybody, this is Mike at Northwest Forge. Don't have time to go to the gym? Want your personal trainer to come to you? Northwest Forge now offers online training. Check us out at northwestforge.org. Stay motivated.
Are you a fan of the paranormal, UFOs, conspiracies, or cryptids? Do you like being entertained? Then I recommend the 45th Parallel Podcast. You can find it on iTunes, your Android podcast app of choice, or Stitcher Radio. Just type in the 45th Parallel and start listening. Make sure to subscribe and rate our show so we can climb the charts and get our paranormal message out there. We hope to see you in the 45th Parallel.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. And we're back.
We're back. We got Caleb, martial arts instructor, and
Mike, personal trainer.
The personal trainer guy. And you're listening to Modern Era Fitness Podcast. Today we're talking tough love.
So
part 1. No, we got part 1. And it's basically points of tough love, things that your personal trainer wants to tell you, but maybe is too nice to tell you.
That's not me.
Yeah, Mike tells it like it is, but he's nice about it.
So, if you are just joining us, I don't know why they just join us this podcast.
Well, it's just to remind them, because they listen to all those great ads.
Okay, let me do that again. So, just to recap really quick, we have the 6 biggest things that I'm talking about for what you need to know for fitness. So, 1, keep it simple. Focus on major muscle groups and aerobic exercise. Walk for 30 minutes a day if you're not. And that's it. Number 2, give it time. How long have you been eating like crap and not exercising? 30 years? 40?
Don't expect to make a change and then have it be a miracle.
And don't get frustrated with the results you're not getting from the work you haven't done.
Yeah.
So give it time, put in the work. Number 3, when lifting, fail early and fail often safely. Work hard, push yourself to your limits safely with good form. So, here we go. Number 4, last 3. When doing cardio, it's about consistency and total time. Walk for 15 minutes a day, twice a day, or you can break that down to, 3 10-minute intervals of just walking. It really doesn't matter. So, and it's just about consistency and total time. So, one question that I ask my clients is, how many hours this week have you done cardio? And unless they're part of the online training, apart, then I can actually see what they're doing.
Right.
But anyway, so if the answer is like, well, I did a little bit here and a little bit there, and no, I want to just take that and boil it down and say, how many hours this week did you do cardio? 1, 2, 3, or 4? So,
Or 0.
Or 0. So consistency and total time. It's that simple. There's nothing else to say about it.
The long game.
Yep, the long game. Number 5, focus on 1 to 2 things at max. So if you want to make a positive life change and you want to have bigger arms and a smaller waist and this and that and have more energy and increase flexibility.
I want a smaller arm and a bigger waist. What
There you go. I think you're the first.
Congratulations, Caleb. You're already there.
Yeah, good. You're done.
It's easy to reach your goals when
you're
you've
there.
already achieved
I want to
them.
be 32.
Give it some time, Mike.
Okay. So focus on 1 to 2 things. If you want to lose weight the most, just pick that, and that'll be your one thing. You're going to be a lot more effective with having one goal or one thing that you're measuring than if you had 2 or 3. So basically this boils down to, you're a hunter and you're hunting a fox or a rabbit or whatever. But if you're hunting 2 rabbits or 3 rabbits, good luck.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. You're going to catch nothing, and you're going to not lose any weight. You're not going to be any more flexible. You're going to be focusing on too many things at once.
Yeah.
So instead of half-assing 2 things, whole-ass 1 thing.
What's that old martial arts saying? Or I don't think it's specifically martial arts, but
The hunter who hunts 2 rabbits catches neither.
No, that's not it.
That's what I just said.
But that's not the one I'm trying to think of.
What are you thinking of?
That's what. Let me think. Hurry up, Caleb. It's that saying about if you have both eyes focused on your goal, and you can't focus on the path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That brings me to my next point.
I knew that.
Look. Yeah, it's what I'm about, Mike.
Yeah, I was just trying to segue.
Helping
for
you out.
Yeah.
So, last but not least, tune the system, not the goal. So, once you pick your goal, that's it. You're not going to touch it or mess with it or anything. It's just going to sit out there, and you're not even going to look at it. So, now you're going to create your system to get there, and your system can be as easy as, I'm going to squat on Monday and Thursday, and I'm going to do bench press and pull-ups on Tuesdays and Fridays.
I really did segue perfectly into that.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
good
so
job,
on
Nick.
top of that, walk for your 30 minutes a day, and that's it. Don't do anything else. And so you're just going to focus on that system of walking 30 minutes a day and doing those exercises. And while you're at it, track your food on MyFitnessPal. Those 3 things. As simple as that. And if you do that for 4 weeks consistently, I guarantee it. You'll see something change.
Feel and look better.
Yeah. So if you want to tune something, tune that system. If you want to add more or take away a little bit more or just change something up, do that. But your goal is going to remain constant.
Yeah.
So don't focus on the goal. Focus on your system.
But don't. I'm. Maybe I should ask you this as a question and not just say it. You don't want to flip-flop your system too much, though, because I feel like if you're constantly tweaking and changing things, you don't give your system itself enough time to do its work.
To play out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I totally agree. So that's
like
what I mean.
Tweaking is okay,
Yeah, you're gonna
but
tweak your
changing your method completely doesn't seem like it would be a good idea.
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay.
So if you want to tweak your cardio for some reason, so like let's say you don't like walking, so you want to ride a bike. Cool. You're still getting 3 minutes of the same thing.
Yeah.
As far as your body's concerned.
The
for 30 minutes.
framework of the system is the same, but you might swap out an exercise or change your interval
or
for
maybe
an
the
exercise or
tempo
something.
for the exercise or the sets and reps for the exercise.
Okay.
There's a zillion different ways to do squats and bench press and thrusters and those few extremely effective exercises.
Really? Tell me, give me 7 different ways to do a squat.
So I'm going to break
10.
that.
Give me 10.
I'm going to break that down.
Give
a
me
little bit.
15.
I could easily do that, but
Give
I'm
me a zillion. You said a zillion.
We could technically do a zillion.
Okay.
So
1.
let me back up there and talk about variables.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can
1, 2, skip a few, 99 a zillion. Is that your variable?
Thanks, everybody. You've been listening to Modern Era Fitness Podcast, where we talk about dumb shit.
You don't really have to name a zillion squats. It's okay.
No, but I'm not going to name a zillion squats, but there's variables that you can mess with in an exercise. So we've been talking about squat a lot. We'll talk about that some more. You can change your tempo. You can change your pauses. You can change your range of motion. So a common one that I like to do a lot is instead of coming all the way up for your squats, only come up about 85% of the way.
Ew, that sounds terrible.
And then back down. Or
effective, but terrible.
Extremely effective.
Yeah.
It turns something that's, maybe 60% of your limit into 99% of your limit.
Yeah.
And it burns like a
you can
hot,
say I'll
hot
bleep
fire.
I'll bleep it. You can say whatever you want.
Burns like fuck.
Nice long one, thanks.
Yeah.
More work for me.
More beep. Do you pay per beep?
I'm going to start making... There's going to be a cuss jar, I think.
That's actually a good idea, because I'm actually wanting to get away from that. Anyway, so the tempo, you can do holds. You can focus on different things. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Tempo and range of motion are two really big ones.
Okay.
Sets is another good one. Reps is another good one. Rest time is another good one.
How you crescendo and decrescendo in weight.
Yeah. So a common way to lift is doing 3 sets of 8 or, 2 sets of 20 or 4 sets of 12. And you can mess with those numbers all day long.
And
and don't forget about weight. You can change your weight.
They all have different benefits.
They do. Very similar, all tied into each other, but different.
But yeah, it's that fine-tuning
the
system kind of a thing.
And there's also what you do before and after a squat. So let's say you want to pre-exhaust your hamstrings, or you want to activate your glutes, or there's a lot of different things.
Yep. Activate.
Glutes, activate.
What do you mean? How would you do any one of those things that you just said?
So if I wanted to pre-exhaust, let's say I wanted to do squats, but I wanted to give an extra emphasis onto my glutes, I would pre-exhaust my quads.
To get them out of the way?
Yes.
So you have to focus on
they're
the
a
glutes.
little bit more weaker when I go to do my squat than usual.
So your glutes kick in a little bit more.
You have to compensate somehow.
Right.
Yeah.
And your body finds a way through other muscles. Like it's a detour.
Yes.
Or a bypass through other muscles.
Yeah. Or you can do the opposite. You can pre-exhaust the glutes and then go into it for more of a quadricep work.
You know what I've found through doing physical therapy and stuff like that is that people naturally probably have been doing that just by way of their natural structure, like underusing some muscles and overusing others to compensate.
Everybody does.
Like for me, it's well, like my shoulders. I've always had an issue with my shoulders, and so my chest tends to take over, and so it becomes really tight, and I get crunched forward and stuff, and Anyway, that's it.
Everybody does that.
Yeah, and most people don't know it because that's what has been normal for them for their whole life. So.
That's the path they've been on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some things to think about.
Yeah.
So
that'd be another good episode.
Yeah. Okay, so quick rundown of the 6 points again, just real brief.
So here we go. Here's the 6 things that I think everybody should know. 1, keep it simple. Focus on the major muscle groups and aerobic exercise. 2, give it time. If you've been eating like crap and not doing anything for 30 years, you're not going to see change in a week. Give it time. Put in the work. Number 3, when lifting, fail early and fail often. Push your limits safely with a spotter. Number 4, when doing cardio, it's about consistency and total time. You can break it down to 2 15-minute walks per day or 3 10-minute walks per day. Just get in at least 30 minutes of walking or cardio. Number 5, focus on 1 to 2 things at max. It's either lose weight or gain muscle, not both. You're going to be 100% more effective if you focus on 1 than 2, and put a time limit on it, 12 weeks. Number 6, tune the system, not the goal. So if your goal is to lose weight, let's say lose 30 pounds, just have that out there and just focus on the system to get there and make your system fun.
Cool.
That's it.
That's awesome, man.
And it is that easy. Okay, one last thing I want to say.
Okay.
There's a lot of money out there that wants us to believe that it has to be complicated and that we need a lot of different products and services and stuff to help us get there.
And they want you to believe, even though that they try to make it look like doing it the natural way, the way that we want you to do it, is complicated. They try to make it look like they have the shortcut. Like their component is the one thing that's missing to have you get faster results and shortcuts. Like the 4-minute workout, like they're just going to keep shortening it. The next
the 30-second workout.
Yeah.
And the no workout.
Yeah. Or like Hydroxycut. That's what the whole business is about, is trying to get you to consume something.
All I have to do is buy this pill.
Yeah. And in a lot of cases, it's actually detrimental to your health.
Yeah. And what's really funny is in the fine print, it sometimes says stuff like, well, you got to do 30 minutes of walking a day. Yeah.
And it was effective for 2% of the study group or something like that.
Yeah. And eating whole fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made sure all the normal stuff was there, the stuff that we preach.
Mm-hmm.
And then they added this, and it got them 0.02% more fat loss than but in the meantime, you're ruining your liver and your kidneys. And it's like, is it worth it? Really?
Yeah,
it's 0.02%. I don't know.
Look at the six-pack I got.
Yeah.
So you don't need shit, folks. You have what you need.
Where's that jar? I'm going to be rich.
You have like $8 today only.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't need anything. You have what it takes. Just get out there and do it.
All right, Mike. So you always do it to me. Nerd alert.
Nerd alert.
Oh.
What you got? There's got to be something.
Nope, I'm not a nerd.
You're just so cool.
I'm so cool. No, now that the pressure's on, I really can't think of anything.
Right. So you're telling me if I called your wife up right now, she would say,
whoa. Okay. Hang on.
Give me something nerdy. Come on. White and nerdy.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time. Really hard time.
He looks at the bookcase. That's funny. Because reading books automatically means nerdy.
Oh, I'm reading a book. It's called
the Dr. Seuss one or whatever?
Berenstain Bears.
It's a good read.
Okay, I just don't want to mess it up.
Isn't it by a children's author or something?
It's by Dilbert.
Dilbert, that guy,
Scott Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it's a really popular book. How to Fail at Everything and Still Win Big by Scott Adams.
Oh, that's the one that Eddie was asking about on Facebook today.
Really?
He said, who has it?
Oh. That's probably because we met yesterday and talked about it.
Yeah, well, why don't you lend it to him?
I'm reading it.
Why don't you just get together and read it to each other?
Just read it to each other, snuggle up.
One chapter.
Yeah.
You read it, another chapter he reads.
That's a really good idea.
It really is a good idea.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot cider.
But no, it's really good. And in fact, he's got a little book teaser that he has like right in the introduction about the things he talks about. And you might disagree with these, but I think they're good. Listen to this. Goals are for losers.
Terrible.
Your mind isn't magic.
Nope.
The most important metric to track is personal energy.
Hate it.
Every skill you acquire doubles your odds of success.
I would burn that book.
Happiness is health plus freedom.
Is this guy dead yet?
Luck can be managed, sort of.
That one's okay.
Conquer shyness by being a huge phony in a good way.
Just lost it.
Fitness is the lever that moves the world.
I'm about ready to throw this microphone.
Simplicity transforms ordinary into amazing.
I can't stand your face right now. It sounds like a good book. I'll check it out.
It's hilarious. If you like the comic Dilbert, then you probably like this.
Which I do like that comic. It's pretty good.
It is really good.
It's like The Office before The Office.
Pretty much.
And the animated series of Dilbert was pretty good. Did you ever watch it?
I never saw it.
I wonder if it's on Netflix or something. It's pretty good. And I think it had the guy that did the voiceover for Wonder Years was the voice of Dilbert. So not Fred Savage, but the old Fred Savage.
Yeah. Yo,
really? The voiceover guy. Yeah, the narrator guy.
That's cool.
So,
yeah. Scott Adams, funny guy. Good writer, too. Go figure.
I guess.
So that's Nerd Alert for me.
Yeah. That wasn't that nerdy.
Sorry.
That's the best you can do.
Star Trek The Next Generation is the best version of Star Trek ever made.
I would agree with that. Yeah. Patrick's
Caleb and I are going to log off and listen to the Star Trek The Next Generation podcast on MaximumFun.org. Support us.
Okay, well, I guess that's, if that's the best nerd alert you can do.
Sorry.
But it's kind of Bush League. I'm gonna every once in a while I'm gonna put it on you.
It was my first nerd alert, so
I know.
Good first.
All right, I shouldn't be so discouraging.
Remember your first?
No, I was born this way.
Yeah, like this is every day.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening, guys. You might want to take to heart everything that Mike said. Let us know if you're implementing, or if any one of those points spoke specifically to you. You felt was important.
Good talking.
Yeah, you can tweet at us. You can check us out on Instagram, Facebook. You can email us even.
Modern Era Fitness Podcast at gmail.com.
Can you believe it? We have email, and we have a website now, modernarafitness.com. And if you like what we do and want to see it spread, give us a like, share, and review. And if you feel it's appropriate, if you like us enough, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/Modern Era Fitness, and consider, helping us out, supporting the podcast.
It's $1 a month.
Minimum. We won't we won't say it's only $1. If you want to do $100 a month,
I'll say it's only $1.
Okay.
If they want to do $100 a month, I don't know who would do that.
Me neither, but I'm just saying, don't underestimate the people. That's all.
That's deep.
Well,
don't underestimate the people. Don't underestimate the people.
Don't underestimate the people? How else could we say? Okay,
don't
folks.
Don't underestimate the people.
Live in a good place. Keep your mind deep. And work when it's time. Bing, ding, ding, ding.
Bye. Sorry.
What are you doing under
What is in this tea? Holy shit. I feel just amazing.
It's from California,
Woo!